This is Tennessee in 10. Headlines and weather from around the state in less than 10 minutes.
Thanks for joining us for Tennessee in 10. At WSMV in Nashville, I'm Amanda Hara. Olivia Hill is Nashville's first transgender council member. In fact, Hill says she is the first transgender elected official in the entire state. The Nashville native and Navy veteran saw combat in Desert Storm. She was voted in yesterday. Hill has been an advocate for the LGBTQ+ community. A Tennessee man who threw a flagpole at a police officer during the January 6 riots will spend more than 6 years in prison. Joseph Padilla was sentenced yesterday. This photo from a police body camera shows him assaulting an officer there at the Capitol. He's a former prison corrections officer, and prosecutors say he spent the day verbally and physically attacking police, then launched a flagpole towards officers, hitting one of them in the head. Afterwards, he wrote on social media that he was proud of what he did. Governor Bill Lee says there will be no vaccine or mask mandates as COVID cases continue to rise. New COVID vaccines are supposed to be available by as early as today. Data shows hospitalizations have increased about 9%. The number of cases are also rising in Tennessee.
We learned in the last one that the government does not need to tell people how to live their lives with regard to their own personal health. Those are decisions that they need to make, and that's the way it'll be going forward.
Well, the CDC suggests that everyone ages 6 months and older get the vaccine. It'll be covered by public and private insurance plans. A man will not be charged for shooting and killing a dog in a popular and busy Nashville park. Guns are not allowed in city parks, but that rule is superseded by a state law that does allow them. The dog was off leash and ran towards a man who told police that he feared for his life. That's when he shot and killed the dog. Witnesses say that the dog was friendly and not a threat.
That makes me very concerned. I had no idea about this rule, and I can't imagine it makes sense to have a gun while you're walking in a state park. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Here are some of the top stories we are following in the Mid-South. The U.S. Coast Guard is helping Memphis police find 21-year-old Tamia Taylor. The mother of two disappeared Saturday night while celebrating her birthday on a Memphis riverboat cruise. The U.S. Coast Guard is providing an advanced modeling system used to track people or objects. They have also sent out an urgent marine broadcast for Taylor. And LeBonner Children's Hospital is currently undergoing a multi-million-dollar expansion. The construction is a part of the $95.4 million project at LeBonner. The blood bank will be the first space opening to the community in October. Other phases will open over the next few months, late spring or early summer of 2024. And the University of Memphis Law School is launching the region's first ever expungement clinic. It helps people who qualify to get criminal records cleared. The clinic's director says probably the most important work these students and staff will focus on, the possibility of waiving court fees.
Work with individuals that may owe $30,000. I've worked with individuals that owe $5,000 in one case. And so as you can imagine, that can be a huge barrier for individuals.
Floyd says it's a valuable service those re-entering society and for the students that will be helping them do it successfully. Those are your headlines from the Mid-South.
Good morning. I'm Whitney Turner in the WVLT newsroom. The multi-state search for a man accused of murder is now over after nearly 48 hours. Jason Dockery is now in custody, facing charges in connection to a deadly shooting. Officials say Shiesty Mayberry was shot several times on Tuesday in Anderson County. U.S. Marshals say he then went to Lee County, Virginia, where he abandoned his car. Officers say he hitchhiked his way back to Union County, where he was later arrested after two deputies saw him walking down a highway.
Two Union County Sheriff's Department deputies were on the south end of the county and actually come up on the individual walking down the side of the road and were able to take him into custody without incident.
Dockery is facing several charges for a probation violation in Sevier County, along with leading police on a chase, child abuse, and neglect. Right now, the company that provides ambulances for Knox County says it's working with the mayor and hospital leaders to solve an ongoing ambulance shortage. A higher volume of 911 calls in a short period of time and a longer than normal emergency room wait times triggered the county to open an emergency operations center on Tuesday. That was the first time they had to do so outside of a weather emergency. Officials say they were down to zero availability several times again yesterday, too. We've asked AMR for the records of how many times they've been at level 0 so far this year. They tell us they can't release that information. We've also reached out to the Knox County Health Department for those numbers, but they tell us they don't keep track. Well, Dollywood's Harvest Festival will return to the park in just a few weeks, and some Virginia farmers are helping out with the decor. The family says they were inspired by pumpkins at Dollywood to grow their own large pumpkin at their farm. This is the first time they've done it. The pumpkins weigh just over 1,000 pounds, and now Dollywood officials tell us those pumpkins will be put up for display inside the park.
We had to not let them get too cold, and we got to cover them, and then we have to cut off some of the under pumpkins too.
Yeah, pretty exciting. The family plans to drop that large pumpkin off this weekend. You can check it out at this year's Harvest Festival at Dollywood starting next Wednesday. In the WVLT newsroom, those are your top stories around East Tennessee.
Those pumpkins are becoming famous across the state, so now we can all see them on display. Meteorologist Stefano DiPietro joining us with a look at the forecast across the state. A lot of us have the potential to see some rain.
And you want to just sort of work around the weekend plans with that rain. Now, the rest of today, a spotty rain shower we're not ruling out, especially in southern portions of the state. The afternoon, though, is looking pretty good. Temperatures will be in the 70s in some spots around Chattanooga, where I think we'll have a little more cloud cover in the spotty shower. 80 in Knoxville, 83 Nashville, Memphis at 83 as well. A few more showers will work their way in tonight. And then tomorrow we're looking for some more scattered rain showers, mostly east of I-65. So out in parts of East Middle or East Tennessee, I should say, is where the majority of that rain will be. We'll toss a thunderstorm into the mix as well. But most of the area, there's really no severe threat, though there could be a couple of heavier downpours. If you're coming to the Music City on Sunday for a little Titans football, the good news is things stay nice and calm. Halftime will be near 80. By the time the game is over, it should be in the lower 80s in the Music City, Amanda.
All right, Stefano, thanks. That's a look at the news and weather across the state. Thanks for joining us for Tennessee in 10. In Nashville, I'm Amanda Hara. Have a great day and a great weekend.
This is Tennessee in 10. Headlines and weather from around the state in less than 10 minutes.